Ratios and proportions. Simplifying ratios, usually expressed in lowest terms. So if you have 12 over 45, you're going to divide each side by 3, and you're going to get 4 over 15. That's the lowest terms. Are expressed without units. Convert to like units so they cancel. So go to the smaller unit. So right here you have 32 inches over 12 feet. You go to the smaller unit, which means you're going to change to inches. Inches are smaller than feet. So 12 times, there's 12 inches in 1 foot. So you're going to do convert this feet into inches. So go to the smaller unit. So 32, this is supposed to be 3. 32 inches over 12 times 12, 144. Once you have this, you can simplify to 2 over 9. Now you can actually use decimal. If you actually want to simplify fractions on decimals, let's say 32 over 144. I can show you 32 over, I'm sorry, 144. There is this symbol right here. That's a fraction symbol. So if you actually press that symbol, it's going to convert to the simplest form in fraction, 2 over 9. So you can use this feature on decimals. Um, Ounces, you're going to change. Let's say you have ounce and pounds. Ounce is smaller, so you're going to change to ounce over ounce. So there are 3 pounds. So you have 24 ounce. So you have 16 ounce in 1 pound every pound. So what you're going to do is do 3 times 16 and convert to 48. So you want to have ounce over ounce. Go to the smaller unit. So it's 24/48 is 1 over 2. So simplify. So ratio with unlike units are called unit rates, such as uh, miles per miles per gallon, miles per hour, etc. So when you have two different units like this, that's called unit rate. These are like units, so you can actually cancel. You cannot cancel if they are unit rate, if they are different units. In order to cancel it, you have to have inches, inches, ounces, ounces, same unit, top and the bottom. So we're gonna find x if the triangles are similar. The similar means sides are proportional to each other. So here you have 45 over 30, x over 20. So you can set up proportion 30, or you can set up in different ways. You can do 30, I did it this way, 30 over 45, 20 over x, doesn't matter. Make sure they're just corresponding. So you set up proportion. So 30 over 45, so base height, base height. So you're going to do base height, cross, multiply, and divide. So do 45 divided by 20, which is 900, divided by 30, it will give you x. Okay, so x is 30. So this is 30. So you're going to cross, multiply, and solve for x. Perimeter of a rectangle is 60. Ratio of length to width is 3 to 2. Find the length and the width. So here you have the ratio of 3 to 2. So what you can do is write x, 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 but this one is 3 to 2 ratio. So length is the longer side. So 3x, 2x, 3x, 2x. And then altogether, when you add them up, it's 60. So you're solving for the length and the width. In order to do that, you need to solve for x first. So you're going to do 3x plus 2x plus 3x plus 2x, which is 10x equals 60. That's the perimeter. And then divide each side by 10, you get 6. The length is 18 because 3 times 6 is 18, 2 times 6 is 12. So you plug in the x and it's going to give you the dimensions. Extended ratio compares 3 or more numbers. The measure of the angles in this triangle is the extended ratio 1 to 3. What are the measures of the angles? So here, extended ratio, you have 1 to 3. So you just have to write 1x plus 2x plus 3x. The x represents this is the 3 size. And then you need to solve x, which is 1 plus 2 plus 1x plus 2x plus 3x. You're going to do 6x. So these are the angles inside. And then that equals 180 because triangle has 180 inside. Divide side by 6, x is 30. So plug in 30 here. 30 times 1 is 30. 20 times 2 times 30 is 60. 3 times 30 is 90. And when you add these up, that's 180. So we need to know property of proportions. Cross product property means the product of the extremes equals the product of the means. Every proportion has extremes and means. For example, you have A over B equals C over D. When we cross multiply, they equal to each other. This is called proportion. So the means are this way. C and B and C right here. These are called means. And then A and D, these are extremes. So these are extreme, these are means. So this way is called extremes. This way is called means. Okay. So the yellow part is extremes, the blue part is means. So every portion has extremes and means. When you product of extremes equals product of means, that is called proportion. So we have to remember these are extremes, these are means. AD extremes, BC means. Reciprocal property, if two ratios are equal, then their reciprocals are also equal. So you have A to B equals C to D, and then if you flip it and flip it, they also equal each other. So this is called reciprocal property. If two ratios are equal, their reciprocals are also equal. So an equation that equals two ratio, we're going to do cross multiply and then find the cross product and solve. So if you have a proportion like this, we're going to cross multiply. 3 times y is 3y. 2 times y plus 2. Now write this expression. When you have an expression, you put them in parentheses. So 2 times y is 2y. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract 2y, that's y. And then y equals 4. Here too. Cross multiply. So 4 times parentheses a plus 2, expression in parentheses, 3 times a plus 4. 3 times expressions here in a plus 4. Cross this to distributive property. 4 times a is 4a, 4 times 2 is 8, equals 3 times a is 3a, 3 times 4 is 12. So we're going to solve for a. Subtract 3a, which is a, subtract 8, which is 4. 8. So 4. So 12 minus 8 is 4. So you're going to use cross multiplication to solve this. When you see an expression, you're going to put them in parentheses and then do distributive property. So we're going to do more practice here. If AB to BC is 7 to 4, find M. So AB to BC, let's write this, 7 to 4, equals this to this. So 19m plus 3 over 12m. So this is AB, this is BC. So you're going to set up like this, AB, AB, BC, BC. And then you're going to cross multiply. 7 times 12 is 84. 4 times 9 times 19m is 76m. 4 times 3 is 12. So you multiply 4 to each term, or to distributive property, and solve for m. Subtract 76 from 84, it's 8m. 12, divide each side by 8. If you simplify, it is 3 over 2. So m is 3 over 2. We're going to skip this one, and we're going to do this one using decimals. So here you have a proportion, but we're going to use decimals to do that because you get something like this, quadratic. So you're going to multiply these two and these two. When you multiply x minus 9 times x minus 3, 2 times 16, you can actually multiply this. X times x is x squared, x times negative 3, negative 9 times x, so that's negative 3x, negative 9x, that's negative 12x. Negative 9 times negative 3 is positive 27 equals 32. But you can just type this like this as is on decimals, and then you can actually put that on decimals and solve for x. So I'm going to show you. So you're going to type x minus 9. So go to decimals and try this with me, please. X minus 3 equals, the number was 32. When you do that, you can actually zoom in. That's the answer right there, right? That is, let me just go back. Okay, so you're gonna have two x values, which is x-intercept. So x is this one and this one. You can actually, those are your x values, negative 0.403 and then 12.403. So those are your x values. Those are your x here, okay? So I don't know if I can convert this to fractions here, but you can just write these two numbers. So negative 0.403 comma 12.403 for this one, for the x value. So write it over here, okay? So if you have quadratic like this, you can use decimals to solve it.